kind of raises some questions, but we'll see if this will be effective.
Yeah, I feel like this is just going to be a
Oke guys,
challenge, you know, and
kita masuk di game
we see
pertama
teams like
guys
leaning
ya,
towards some of these
antara
like utility picks again, French
Rrq
and Basha.
Hoshi versus Team
It's nice that
Spirit
it's still an
guys.
option. I feel like, you know, we were
Yeah.
so heavily
Game
dominated
of the
for a while in the
Future Abu
jungle.
Dhabi
Like before, yeah, we were
2025.
so heavily dominated by utility jungle, and then we went, and then it was like assassin, and then we
Yeah.
kind of had
Cici
that mix
Devian
of
Yves
both being
Kimi
okay. And I
Xbox
feel like now it's still pretty
Granger
much
Hellcat Grok
similar. Like we do have these
Yuzong
utility
Kalea
junglers that still work really well. In the jungle with some caveats there,
Hilda di
but you know
ban
the YSS, I feel like
First
he's had his
Picken
time to
Spirit
shine, man. And
but
even with
si a
his own
jungler
little
guys.
nerf that went through, was it a couple patches ago or whichever, he's still a good choice. I feel like it just takes a little bit more finesse to like make it work, but you know you also have to really rely on the team because like YSS needed some of that change to happen, man. He was so dominant for so long.
Yes,
And
that's all.
yeah, it was
Yang
too
main
much.
masih
But teams played
Sujin.
it so much, and they're so used to that ability to go
Yeah.
ahead and set things up and provide a lot of damage, and of course the vision that comes with it. That I think you
Yeah.
do that, but then you support it
Oh
with,
namanya Saul.
the lineup and the Cho
Yeah.
might help a
Oh
little bit,
man.
but again,
Yeah.
they could get in a position that
Yeah,
they're just out durability. I don't know if that's an actual term, but especially if this Edith gets locked in, man, like they have so much. But they
Yeah.
also have a Valentina, so that
Yeah.
burst that comes with the Farsa just goes over to Team Spirit, you know. So it's like this is a whole lot of front line to deal with, like a whole lot of meat to get through
Moskov
if you're Rrq Hoshi.
edit.
Edith gonna be the pick. I really expected the Moscow to be there. We already mentioned about it in early stages. Harith is getting considered by Rrq Hoshi. A strong lane has been nerfed
Harit
significantly, I would say. It's not as
di
strong as
net
before, but it still
sekarang.
fits the bill when it
Apakah
comes
mau
to
di
what
pick?
kind of gold laners can fit well with the Yisenchin. Typically, Yisenchin is getting paired with heroes that are strong in lane. For example, Harith as well as the Granger when you're choosing traditional marksman or traditional gold laners. Or sometimes you go for fighter gold laners like the Lapu-Lapu with the CC. But since the CC has been banned out and RQ wants to put this Lapu-Lapu with the XP lane, they are now considering Harith despite the nerfs.
Harit.
When it comes to pure laning prowess, I believe that it's Harith. And then if you think about it, when you go to
Kayaknya
a point where
net
it's like the
yang
second
hari ini
turtle or
masih
the
OP
third
sih guys
turtle of
semuanya.
the game,
Kayak
Harith can
Hayabusa
really
juga
help out when it comes to the team
tadi
fight.
masih
So
di ban,
it also
masih
makes sense
dipilih
with
juga guys.
this Joe. You don't need the Farsa alone for the combo. You can deliver heroes to the Harith so that you can take it out with the combo. So that is the ideology here for Rrq Hoshi. It's pretty standard draft. Well, for Team Spirit, you're right. They're going in for the tankiness,
Yep.
the durability. Now, the Edith, and then they also have this backshot. But when it comes to their overall MO, their real carry or their real core is actually this Moskov. That's what they are going to be gunning for. I wonder if this Edith is already as strong as it was a year ago. So we'll see if that is the case.
I think Edith still provides like pretty good damage, you know, and is able to go ahead and make that work. It's still a threat, right? So I don't know. You guys can let us know in the chat what you guys think. Is it going to be Team Spirit or Rrq Hoshi in this first game? It's a best of 3 here for Group C, first match, round 1 for Group C, and let us know what you guys think. I think even I echo your sentiments here, Wolf. I do think that Team Spirit, if they get to a point in the game where that tankiness provides them that front line and even the peel that comes with it. They have enough burst damage between Sunset Lover taking the Feather Strike the majority of the times. Hell, he might even take a kick, right? He could take the Way of the Dragon if he wanted to from Edok. And make use of that too. And like you said, they just play into a scaling up Moskov. So I think for Rrq Hoshi, it's more so on getting this early game under control, mid-game hopefully too, and they can play into their power spike with this lineup.
What Rrq Hoshi is banking on is their early game. That's why they have this Chofas and the Farsa in the mid lane, which clears the wave so fast, as you've seen, that will result to them rotating faster as well, the other lanes. Lapu-Lapu versus Edith. I really don't know how good Edith is when it comes to laning stage, but I do know that Lapu-Lapu is very strong. There wasn't any nerf that's considerable for this Lapu-Lapu. And if there is an outside interference, though, that could be different because now the
Yeah.
Lapu-Lapu is getting harassed by one shot.
Ini
Just say,
boxnya
does
sakit loh guys.
the Lapu Lapu need like a major nerf? I feel like he's, you know, he's just been so good lately, and to the point where like not only are you also pretty durable and you can tank up a lot of damage, but you can do a hell of a lot of damage as a Lapu Lapu. I'm not sure of too many fighters. Oh, actually, Dyron, look at him go. This is exactly what I was talking about. He is going to die though. First blood going over the one shot. And I just think he was getting space for them to go ahead and secure this turtle. That seemed to be the call, but it's Team Spirit to push Rrq off the turtle after the first
Turtle
blood kill. So
pertama
one
guys.
shot's going to be able to grab the
Didapetin
turtle on
tim
top of it.
Spirit box ya.
Not sure what the play was there for Rrq Hoshi, but not what they wanted.
That was a very bad engage for Rrq Hoshi. I think they're planning to utilize the Lapu-Lapu ultimate with the Farsa. However, the Farsa ultimate wasn't on point.
Yeah.
On point in a way that the members of Team Spirit were able to get away. And to be fair, I think they needed more damage in there because we already know that is a backshot, that's an Edith and a Gatatkacha. Three heroes that are very, very tanky. And on top of that, they're survitalized. Team Spirit were able to top up themselves again. And this time, Kid Bomba, he's still
Primal
alive.
Wrath already going to be used. Dyron taking a brunt of the damage. We'll see if he's he can't survive because the AOG landed right on his head. Dyron now 0-2. Just when you thought you potentially had a kill, man, it's in that Primal Wrath comes in clutch. But Hiko, he's actually going to be okay. He survives, but a whole lot of gold going over here to Toy, at least off that turret.
Oh, another bad engage for Dyron. I understand why they went for it. Well, you gotta remember that there's a lot of peel and sustain from Team Spirit. We just talked about that in the draft where this Gatatkacha, even after the nerfs, there's always a way for him to help his teammates. AOG, and the distance that you can cover with it is just so immense. And then if you factor in the help that you can give with the Revitalize, which they didn't even need during that moment, was great. Kid Bomba, what a guy though. Kept himself intact.
What a guy.
Actually went for the Black Ice Shield, which is great versus the physical damage of the Lapu-Lapu. Typically, you would want to rush the Thunderbolt, but I think he went for a different approach here so that he's going to be able to tank the initial burst from the Lapu-Lapu, which is, I think it's pretty neat for Kid Bomba to itemize this way.
Yeah, and he goes Dom Ice. He rushes that Dom Ice.
Turtle
Just
kedua
a
guys.
team player, basically. This Kid Bomba with this Edith, they're going to go ahead and blitz this turtle
Aska.
quickly, doing work with that Primal Wrath. And it's going to be up to Rrq Hoshi to kind of make a play somewhere. They don't want this to continue on at this pace because they will get to a point where, once again, this lineup of Team Spirit will just kind of survive through the burst damage that Rrq Hoshi does have right now until later on they can transition into hoping that, you know, Toy gets the items that he needs and the Harith is able to make something work. There's the kick, though. Feathered airstrike on both sides happening here. Sawa won't be able to survive that burst, even with the Revitalize, so a good play from Rrq Hoshi to make something happen in the mid lane.
Yeah. Throwing everything but the kitchen sink. They might not have enough
Dapat
for
gesaunya guys, jadi
Edok.
matang guys. Dapat
Edok,
moskop
so,
lagi.
yeah. Edok goes for it. I guess he
Oh,
wanted to at
mati
least take out
Edok,
Eco. That was a flicker burn, though, too, from Rins. Is that worth it, Wolf?
I think a kill on the Moskov will always be worth it for a life and maybe a flicker. Especially because the turtle will spawn in 60 seconds anyway, so you can have plenty of time to recover. So finally, Rrq Hoshi are able to find good exchanges. Although they have utilized so many ultimates just to take out Sawa in the mid lane, it's worth it in a way that you give a kill or assist to Toy. A kill would have been very good for the Harith, but the reason why Rrq Hoshi had a little bit of a W in the past few minutes was because of that kill Sawa that was followed up by a kill to Hiko.
There's a kick again, Wave the Dragon right on the mark. Sunset Lover! Burning the flicker, will be able to survive with the dashes too. There's the unbreakable taunt on Sawa, but Edok should be able to get away. But Hiko joins with SOD, can pick up the kill as he's forced off with Sutsujin joining the fight. Great response from Rrq Hoshi though on the defense there.
Yeah, great response indeed. They're able to get out. They're also burning some of the important flickers out there. I think that was unnecessary for Hiko, but the fact that he avoided the hand for a little bit maybe could be the saving grace for that. Actually, he was able to get some minions as well. However, he's lost one card up top, which we know is very important nowadays because of the gold card being increased when it comes to its value.
Lihat
Fight for the
turtle
turtle,
ketiga
breaking
guys.
out here. Feather strike drop down on Sawo. Sawo popping the revitalize. They'll toss in the air Dyron as he falls again.
Dyron
They're
mati.
going to trade it right now for Sawo to fall down. Now one shot under half health. He's riding around. Kid Bomba able to find a 2 on the knockdown.
Wah,
Throwing
ini
rings
tuh
in
belum
the
ulti
air
guys.
as a kill is picked up. 2 down for Rrq Hoshi. The 1-for-2 trade with the turtle is going to go in the hands of
Perfect
Team
turtle, guys.
Spirit. A hard-fought battle for that last turtle.
Kid Bomba making the waves again. Explosive plays.
Oi,
Coming up, Kid Bomba, but
mantap.
there is another play. Hiko does not have the flicker this time and will go down. You gotta have to look at this mask of now and think like you should be a little bit careful now.
Oh, big play once again. Toy going under the dominant force, trying to get sunset lever. Won't happen. Feathered airstrike going to be dropped down, and it's Sawo that falls. Once again, Rrq Hoshi fighting for what they can. They'll get a couple kills in the last couple minutes, and they're going to put themselves in a pretty decent position. Again, even if they lose some of those objectives, this next lore, the first lore that does come up, it's almost, you know, it's going to come down to the execution on both sides, because gold-wise and economy-wise, they're pretty much even. And it's been a good job from Rrq Hoshi kind of scrapping up what they could off of a little bit of a rough early game.
Moskop Golden Star.
In terms of execution,
Udah
Team Spirit has
mulai
to kind
guys.
of correct something here. Because I feel like everybody's looking really good. Sunset Lover, Sawo, One Shot, and Kid Bomba. they're
Counter Strike,
looking
War
great.
X.
Kid Bomba was phenomenal. But Hiko, the amount of space that he's given, you would assume that he has a lot
Ido
of gold
pakai
already, but he's
dominant
died
guys.
twice already in this game. And is actually trailing behind just a little bit against this Harith. So I think that is something that they have to really fix right now, the way that Hiko plays, because Team Spirit, eventually they will run out of steam when it comes to their core lineup. This Moskov needs to be doing the heavy lifting later on, and if he cannot farm fast enough, he can be run over by this. Yisuchino makes up the Sky Piercer. A Sky Piercer for Yisuchin.
They're confident, man. I would say that's confident on how the team fights have been going. They want to build the snacks up here. Little snack stacks. Now Ido in trouble.
Guys,
Goes
hidupnya
down
guys.
to one shot. We're gonna force the fight anyways. I'm gonna force drop down too. They have the space, but Hiko
Double kill.
firing
Oh
off.
nih, Tim Spirit dari
Double
Malaysia.
kill for one
Malaysia
shot. What
apa?
was that fight? Rrq Hoshi just losing two.
I don't know if it was by design,
Oh,
if Team Spirit
benderanya.
actually went for that play, but that was beautiful. They utilized their tanky heroes, One Shot as well as Kid
Mirip-mirip
Bomba as a bait.
Amerika
And
apa Malaysia?
there was a hero for Team Spirit that almost died. Even Hiko was looking like he was under duress, but then the AOG comes in at the perfect timing with the Revitalize on top.
Wah,
Rrq Hoshi have Edok and Dyron
Reload
already
kah?
very well committed to the team fight. They got
reload
baited,
guys.
and because of that, two of their members were taken out. Sutsujin, you gotta make this Sky Piercer work, because I think they were not in a position at all to pick up that Sky Piercer.
Yeah, very interesting. Oh, SOD dropped down. TS just wants to hold down in mid lane. They're going to force a fight anyway. And AOG won't be able to catch anyone from Sawo. Rrq Hoshi had enough space, so looked like a potential fight. Doesn't break out. Team Spirit, though, they'll go ahead and just recalibrate with the kick again. Coming through, and it's right on target. Hiko falls down. You were just mentioning this. One of the things that TS might have to fix is Hiko's positioning. Now Sawo once again in the mid lane, and they're going to go ahead and force the fight again. Revitalize going to be dropped down. Sunset Lover holding on to his own way. The Dragon, but he has no space to work with to get a kick off himself. A Feathered Airstrike dropped down to Sawo. A little bit of health. He'll get out. The Lord, though, is still working its way up to that tier 2 turret. I'm not sure if TS is going to be able to get much off of this. They do want to join this side of the map, though, to at least get that charge in, potentially get the tier 2, but this is a flying cloud map, so the reinforcements come quick, but the turret will go down.
You see the difference for Team Spirit when they don't have Hiko. There's no one to kind of finish off the kills.
Yep.
But my oh my, the 4 members of Team Spirit are looking good. Oh
Nice.
no!
Dapat
Mention
Moskop
Hiko,
lagi.
man, and he
Double kill,
dies
nice.
again. Double kill for Sutsujin. He's making the Sky Piercer work now. 2
Wah,
stacks
ini
there
bencana guys.
for him. Sawo
Moskop
Hiko, man.
sudah
It's
3 item guys
gotta
ya.
give it up to Edok. His target acquisition on these kicks have been phenomenal.
Yeah. On the one hand, it's Hiko just playing, positioning himself badly, and on the other, Edok just finding the openings. So far, the deaths that Hiko have accumulated were all done in the river area around the
Ini
mid-lane. So
edit
he has to really get out of that zone.
sakit guys,
And you
sakit
would think
edit.
like, if you're playing the Moscow now, you should be hitting minions. You should not be in the middle. You should be waiting for your
Tapi dia nggak pakai
ultimate.
bulu ya, dia
There
pakai
were
clock.
so many stunts and growl from the other members of Team Spirit, so you can guarantee your SOD to land. This is not how you should be playing the Moscow. And right now,
Itu pun
he's 1
nggak
and
item
4.
pertama, item ketiga,
Has-
keempat guys.
Has a Trinity. So
He's got
he
the
can
tips.
actually hit hard, but has it tips.
Toy,
What's that
jadi
stand
Holy
for again?
Anyone
Crystal.
wondering, that's a 3-item power spike, TIPS. Yeah.
Power spike. He's got the tits. But now, you know,
Yeah.
Hiko's got to use. He's got to use his positioning in his favor, though, Wolf. I mean, for the most part, like, I get it. You know, you're on this Moskov. If you have the flicker, that's one thing. But if it's down, there's a lot of kind of awareness that he needs dealing with Edok's Cho. And
Yeah.
like I said, that's been a big part where his positioning needs to be what they have to kind of fix here. This Lord is up. Team Spirit looks like
Kita
they just
lihat
gonna
lot
blitz it,
kedua
though. They
guys.
see the positioning from RRQ, so this might be an opening for
Kotas
TS
kah?
to go ahead and take
Tanpa
another
ada.
Lord, but they might break out into a fight. RRQ's way too late for the fight, but they might jump in anyway. Sawo taking the brunt of the damage. He'll AOG out. Team Spirit gives the call to just disengage.
Kenapa mundur
and get
guys?
ready to
Karena udah
reset with
banyak
this
yang
Lord.
all in ya
They got a flicker from
di
Hiko.
Lord tadi guys.
That's how shaken Hiko is, man. He used the flicker there.
That's how you know that Ford that's got into his head right now. Unfortunately, he gets out to safety. Team Spirit wants to fight this once again. Well, they do have the Lord advantage, so it's going to be recommended for them to team fight. It's going to be tricky, though, because they don't have the flicker on Hiko now. But all other battle spells are ready for them.
Yeah, this is the problem, though, man. Without the flicker,
Orange
goes in, and obviously he's still
Dikasih
working
ke
on, I
Moskop.
believe, his 4th item. I'm not sure if he's going to go get the Wind of Nature next, but
Ini
the fact that
Moskopnya
Edok has his,
jalan jauh guys.
he can choose to
Dia
be
join,
aggressive in
guys.
this, and you know they have the information that Hiko is a target to go for, so they're going to clear out this Lord once again. The tier 1 in the mid does fall down
Karena
though, so
tank juga
TS
udah
making
3
slow
kan.
work on this map. One shot driving on forward. He's going to go for Toy. Oh, Sunset Lover. I'm not sure if that's where he wanted to put the feathered airstrike. Finding one. There's the return from Rins. They'll go ahead and clear out the Lord, but that looks like that might be it. Once again, Team Spirit with 2 Lords. You know, not too much on the map if they get here.
Iron
Mistakes from
Radiant,
Team Spirit.
Moskop,
It's not
Maleficent.
that costly. They should be pushing this mid lane, though, but the defense from Rrq Hoshi is just way too good. Farsa, Lapu-Lapu in there, Sutsujin as well. Gonna be fending off the mid lane push. To be fair, even when Team Spirit is leading by a lot in the first, 12 minutes of the game, Rrq Hoshi have found their way to get back into this game. In fact, they are leading by 300 gold, which, given their situation from before, this is very much workable. Sutsujin is 4-0-3. This is a player that picked up the Sky Piercer for this season chill.
Wah, hilang guys purple buff ya.
Going to go ahead and take the purple buff here, or try to anyway, and it looks like they did. Sutsujin doesn't have that, and SOD thrown out just to keep him in check. But I'm wondering, you know, with this Rrq Hoshi, like losing a buff or anything like that, it's not too big of a deal. You know, they can go ahead and fight face to face against Team Spirit here. I think one of the main points is Hiko just getting to that, you know, defensive item that he needs. He's got the flicker back up. I think the last item he picked up was actually the Malefic Gun for that little bit of extra range to work with here. So more than ever, Hiko's positioning important and crucial in this part of the game as they continue to put pressure where they can too, but we're 15 seconds away from that Lord coming up.
Yeah. Obviously get to see the items, because I wonder what the Edith went for. Because at this moment, like 15 minutes, you should have the stardom side.
Oh, conceal used up. Edok not holding on to that kick for now. They're going to force it a little bit further, though, under this all. There's the jump for the AOG. Kid Bomba's going to be gone. Hiko's still firing off, but he's closed in on by Dyran as they fall. 2 down for Team Spirit. Make it a third. Rrq Hoshi with a huge
reload
team
guys,
fight up
reload.
top, and they'll swing for the Lord after that.
Oh my goodness, Rrq Hoshi, what a good punish. And again, Team Spirit went in for the heads-up play, which looked really good, but for the last few moments that they have won the team fights, it's always when they are on the defensive, when Sawa goes for the peel. Hiko finding the opening onto one of the squisher members of Rrq Hoshi, but Edok was there with the flicker play.
Oh,
actually
they're
fights
just gonna go for
Hiko.
the end.
Another kick, this time for one shot. They want to finish this game now.
They're going to go for the end here. One shot. Taking a brunt
Oh,
of the
langsung
damage, but
end,
with
guys.
the wave still pushing in, they'll clear it out. Kinbomba
Aduh, tapi
on
nggak
the
bisa,
primal
guys.
mask. So off of all that, they thought they could end it. There's the SODs, going to be focusing
Oh,
on
no,
Toy.
no, no, no.
Hiko going against Toy. He's forced off with the threat of Rins and Edok.
Oh,
Jump.
man.
A jump from Sawo, just trying to catch him. But hey, Rrq Hoshi, after all, when they thought they could end it, they get the base turret up top. And now they have an opening to get the Lord if they can. Go ahead and start it up. But one shot will be up in 15.
Clock of Destiny. Wow. Clock of Destiny for Kid Bomba. Usually the Starlim site is the priority, but we'll see.
There's the kick. Sawo pops the Revitalize. They're just trying to stall out this Lord take from Rrq. I'm not sure if one shot's going to be able to get here in time. It does go for a little bit of a reset. Under half health on the
Dari
Lord,
tim
and
Spirit
Rrq has to
percaya
back
diri, guys.
off. One shot will join this fight quickly with the Flying Cloud, plus being on this boxer here. So back to the Lord. It's reset. Some ultimates down here for Rrq Hoshi. Some key ones, the Feathered Airstrike and the kick for Edok. That way the Dragon. So they're just going to go ahead and face off here for this one.
Hiko, the lack of Purify, going in for the flicker. You would understand why it was the case up against the members of Rrq Hoshi. Some people even argue that it's good versus the Cho, but
Ini udah Lord evolusi,
Hiko with his
guys.
positioning really would have that Purify. Right now, the real king for Rrq Hoshi is Sutsujin, 6-0 and 5, controlling the Lord
Harus
as well.
dapat Rrq sini.
Half health here on the Lord here. They wanted to try to make a play on Hiko, but he was spotted out with the sentry. Now once again,
Nah,
it'll be
inilah kalau ada
Sutsujin that
Moskov
starts
dia
up this
bisa lane
Lord. But
panjang, guys.
now that all the ultimates are available, plus those battle spells, Rrq Hoshi might just potentially go for a pick if they can find it. If they find an actual opportunity just to get that numbers advantage. Because they don't want to just full force themselves into a fight around this Lord, especially now that it's evolved. Again, with the lineup being this, tankier lineup that Team Spirit has. Once again, their own version of this rumble, this dance will break through. Hiko's want to be careful with here. That conceals was used. Sawo now seeing that half health again for the reset, just facing off in a stalemate around this Lord. One shot trying to help Sawo out. He pops the Revitalize, so a battle spell going to be down as they'll clear out that wave, but still it's a standstill, Wolf.
Long
Kita
Lord
jangan
Dance
lihat
for Rrq Hoshi
killnya,
Team Spirit.
guys.
Team Spirit have found their opening to put this
Uh-oh.
Lord into half.
Oh, I think they're going to go for it.
Lihat
Direct jumps in.
betapa
He's going to
berharganya
get the stun
Moskov
out
ini
too.
di
This
late
is
game,
going to
guys.
break out for the Lord. Who's it going to go to? It goes over to Rins. Rrq Hoshi securing the Lord. 3 down, double kill. Sutsujin already 8-0 and 5 swaps into an immortality. And they know
Dapat
Hiko
Rrq,
and
guys,
Sunset
ya.
Lover left alone with an evolved Lord marching up that top side with the full force of Rrq Hoshi. They see this win in sight. Sunset Lover trying to delay that wave as Almond Force dropped down. He flickers defensively. Hiko trying to clear the wave desperately here, but he's forced off with the Feathered Airstrike. And Rrq Hoshi, that's going to be it. They see it game 1, and they'll take it in 20 minutes.
Nice.
Unfortunately
Panjang
for
gamenya.
Team Spirit, they have blown off the lead that they've had. A commanding lead in the first few minutes of the game. In that last clash, Naisu, it only took Dyren, the Lapu Lapu, to manhandle 2 of the damage dealers for Team Spirit. You would understand why Team Spirit went in for the dive onto the backlines, but the Rrq Hoshi composition is just so good when it comes to dealing with those tanky heroes. And then only the Lapu Lapu was needed to get in front
Kita
of
lanjut,
the
guys.
damage dealer of
Game
Team Spirit.
kedua.
What it did was to just nail him with the call.